Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Detroit Red Wings franchise mode here in NHL 21. So in last episode, if you didn't watch it, we just basically went over our roster as well as like the draft class, a couple of the people that are on the trading block, the free agents and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I got a couple comments I want to run through. So our first one is from Wolf Gaming 1995, who's one of my buddies from Twitter, I'm pretty sure. He said, just a heads up, that guy from Belarus was actually Polish, but playing in Belarus. So I actually did mess up on that. I don't know why I read it like he was a Belarusian guy, but there was a guy in the draft that's from Poland that was playing in Belarus, or basically in Russia, probably. Yeah, this dude. It's kind of weird. I've never seen a Polish player play in Russia, I don't think, in a franchise mode. So, and since this guy's EA generated, he might be an elite player. So that might be somebody we want to look into if for some reason we sim better than we should, because we technically should be getting one of these top 5 picks probably, because this team isn't that great. In the second comment, well, he had multiple comments, but I'll read one of them, is from Dylan Burrows, and he says to sign Mantha to a 6 or 7 year deal. So we're probably going to sign him to a 6 or 7 year deal. He also says that he thinks that it would be we'd want to keep him around as long as possible, which is kind of true. In real life, Detroit probably wants to keep Mantha around. I did hear some like trade rumors, but I don't think that's going to happen. And then he also says the other guys are totally up to you, so we'll probably give like Bertuzzi maybe like a 4 or 5 year contract, I think. And then Dylan also says I'd say check around the 20 or 30 game mark on Raymond, and if he's playing really well in the SHL, we could always sign him and then bring him over that way. So we might bring Lucas Raymond over at some point, I don't know. We do have a lot of players on our team, so it might not be worth it, I don't know. We'll see. But we are going to do those contracts to start this episode. So we do need to sign Mantha. And why did this pop up again? I've already seen this screen. Okay, that's annoying. But anyways, we are going to go to Mantha's contract, and we're going to sign him to a 6. He wants 7. And in 7 he wants 7.5. 5 he wants 6.5. I think I will do a 6 year deal. I'll take him till he's 31, and I'll try and get him a bit less than 7 mil, like 6.9, just for the memes. Why not? Also, if my voice sounds really off, it's because the stream I had on the weekend. You guys are seeing this on not on Monday, on Tuesday. No, on Monday. Yeah, on Monday. So you're literally seeing it a couple days after the stream. And man, that was a good stream, 3 hours long. My voice literally died on it. I don't know when I'm going to be streaming next, but that was a really, really fun stream. So thanks to all who came out. I had a lot of fun with that. And we're going to give Bertuzzi, I think he's not going to want as much, is he? I'll give him a 5 year deal. If for some reason he's not performing well, though, he's somebody that I wouldn't mind trading for like a younger prospect and picks and stuff. We'll offer him 5.5. And then also Dmitry Timoshev shouldn't want too much. He only wants like a 2-way contract, so we'll just give him if I go 2 years, he wants a 1-way deal. So I'll just go a 1 year deal at 2-way, and I think that's all our RF is. So that's all that taken care of, and yeah, let's advance just a couple days, get those done. We're not going to do a whole lot of simulating in this episode. Like, I think I'm going to do like the season in 3 parts. So like this episode I might only sim to like December the 1st. The next episode I might sim to like a couple days before the deadline. And then the next episode after that will be the deadline and the rest of the season sim or something like that. Just because I want your guys' opinion as much as possible, so I'm going to be recording actually before work for the Friday's episodes, I think, because that way at least it still gives you guys time to give feedback, because if I pre-record all the episodes, it's like not going to be as interactive, so make sure you keep on commenting down below for suggestions. Are these guys going to accept it or not? Hello? So Bertuzzi signed, that's good. And Timoshev is accepted, so we're just waiting on Anthony Mantha before we could adjust our lines, and he is accepted as well. So Perfect. We got all 3 of our RFAs back. Let's edit our lines quickly. Okay, so what do we want to do for our lineup? Are they sent down to the minors? Yeah, they are. Okay, so we're gonna have to call up them and probably send down people. So I think we'll probably send down. I don't know who we want to send down. Sam Gagne is a good depth forward. I don't know. We'll just call up some players, and then the worst people on the team we'll probably send down. So we're gonna go down here. We'll take Mantha, Bertuzzi. Damn, there's so much like players that could technically play in this lineup. It's really hard to make it, but at the same time, it's good because that way we could call up players if we have any injury troubles. I think I'm gonna use Timoshev as a depth forward. Because how old is Timoshev? 24, 23. Maybe I'll leave him down there for now. But if we have any injuries, I'll call him up, I think. And over to player limit, yeah, that's right. So we gotta send down. We gotta send down at least one player, I think. So we're gonna probably send down Taro Hirose, maybe. Yeah, we'll send down Hirose for now, even though he could be in the NHL, and we might call him up in a season or something. But yeah, we'll send down Hirose. Also, sorry if you hear my computer for some reason; it's a little cranky to start up the morning. So. Yeah, let's edit those lines, get that set up, and then we'll sim to December the 1st. There you go. Let's see. Who do we have scratched? Chalowski, I don't want scratched, though. So, okay, let's adjust these lines. So, Mantha definitely needs to be top line. He could play either wing. Same with Bertuzzi, so we'll do, yeah, that top line. I'm pretty sure this is an actual line in the NHL. If it's not, then whatever. Zadina, Fabry, and Nemesnikov. I don't mind that line. Bobby Ryan, Gagne, and Ernie. Let's adjust that a bit, maybe. Wait, maybe we'll keep Gagne there. Yeah, we'll probably keep Gagne there because Gagne is actually not bad offensively. He's a good defensive player as well. He's got a good wrist shot, so him playing with Bobby Ryan might be okay. And then Adam Ernie's a good, like, kind of net front presence type of dude. Then the 4th line, we got a kind of a defensive line. Yeah, very defensive line, actually. I like that. It's not too bad. And then we need to take out, I think I'm going to be scratching Patrick Nemeth, which is going to maybe cause some morale problems, but hopefully it's not too bad. Because, yeah, I don't think scratching Merrill makes sense, or definitely not Hronek, or Troy Stetcher. DeKaiser I could technically scratch, but he's an 81, and Nemeth is an 80, and I would like to play Moritz Seider this year. I actually called him up in between episodes, so, and we'll put Chalowski in, which still has a good chemistry boost. So technically at the moment our depth guys are Nielsen, Stahl, and Nemeth. So hopefully we don't have too many injuries though this year, and hopefully we don't lose a lot of problems because of morale. So Grice is our starting goalie, Bernier is our backup. So, and I don't think I'm gonna adjust his special teams. Yeah, I'm not going to adjust the special teams. I'll leave whatever the computer had set up. And then in the minors, let's just make sure. Let's take out this McLeod dude because he's pretty bad. And we'll put in Taro Hirose. And we could probably move him up. No, we'll just leave him where he is. Might as well. Okay, there we go. We are set up for the season. So let's begin simulating. Also, I'm really sorry about my computer. You can probably hear it in the background. It is super loud. I don't know why it's being loud, because sometimes it's not that loud. Sometimes it is. Maybe there's something running on my computer right now. I don't know. I can't check because I have my dual monitor set up right. So let's get this preseason done. See how we sim. We did win those first 2 games. And we're getting an offer to trade for Mantha. I'm going to edit my trading block because I think Mantha is still on it, right? Yeah, the computer still has us putting these on there. Okay, so we're going to remove Mantha, those RFA kind of guys. Nemeth, I don't know if I should put Nemeth on the block. He is our depth guy at the moment. Danny DeKaiser definitely could stay there. Who else do we want to put on our block that is old? Zetterberg's contract ends this year anyways, doesn't really matter. Filppula, how much years does he have? 1 year, that's fine. Franz Nielsen, oh yeah, definitely Franz Nielsen. Because he's a depth guy for us right now. We'll put him on the block. And then we need some older guys. Bobby Ryan could stay there. Mark Stahl could stay there, I think. for now. Darren Helm, how much years does he have? 1 year. Or does he have any extension or no? I don't think so, right? Yikes. I felt like franchise mode was going to break there for a sec. I don't think he has an extension, right? Nope. Yeah, there's not a lot of term, it seems like, with most of his teams, so it's not that bad. It used to be a lot worse. Like, I remember when, like, Jonathan Eriksson was on the team, and then the contracts were pretty bad. So, yeah, we'll just leave it like that. Franz Nielsen, Nemeth, and DeKaiser. And surplus, yeah, wants. That's good. Yeah, okay. We'll actually adjust the forward part, though, to 28 to 50 instead of 26 to 50. Just because it doesn't make sense for us. And 17 to 23 for those guys. And I'm going to remove that asset. Let's just leave the rest, because we got to get some simulating done. And like I said, I'm going to go to December the 1st just to kind of take this first season really slow. And like I said, I want your guys' opinions as much as possible in this series, just to kind of get a bit better. Okay, so we went 5-1-1 in the preseason. I don't think we're going to do that good during the regular season, but who knows? This team is not that bad. There's definitely some bright spots. Hopefully we could actually sim decent. I don't want to make the playoffs necessarily right away, though, because Otto Roddy and stuff like that are out there. I did actually assign the scouts manually off YouTube, so those guys should already be scouting some of the better players in the draft. Hopefully they are, because of that bug that's out there. And are you serious? Adam Ernie gets injured right away, and I have the injury set to like 9. Wow, okay. It's going to be one of those franchise modes, right, where everybody just decides to break down. Who was our depth guy again? Oh yeah, Franz Nielsen. We'll just throw him in. There you go. Okay. So we do lose our first game of the season 4-1. And then we went 3-1, lost 3-1. The sim speed feels like it is a little bit quicker right now, at least, and Adam Ernie's back, which is good. I would rather keep Ernie in than Nielsen because Ernie's younger. Nielsen's just an old man. And there you go. Game against Toronto is another loss. Let's just pile up those losses, boys. Don't want to be making the playoffs this year, because I think, well, I know for sure at least Roddy's medium elite. I don't know the rest of the dudes, how good they are, especially those EA generated ones. So we might have to do draft interviews and stuff like that in the off season if the scouts don't do a good enough job. But we'll definitely check in on the scouting and see how good it's been performing. And we did just win 4 games in a row out of nowhere. Okay, 5, 6, or not 5 and 6 and 0, 6, 4 and 2. It's not too bad to start off with, but way better than I wanted. I don't really want to make the playoffs year 1 or for year 2 either. I want to kind of be in rebuild territory for a bit, because this is kind of more of a rebuilding franchise mode. And Troy Stetcher's been injured. Let's just go replace player. That'll put in either Stahl, or it's probably going to put in Nemeth, my guess, because Nemeth is better. My god, my computer is loud. I really apologize for that. I don't know why it has to be like that noise, but if it's the case or what. Joe Hickett's been injured in the minors. We'll go replace player. He's not even really much of anything anyways. And okay, that's an interesting deal. Very, very interesting deal. It's because he's an RFA. Ethan Bear for John Merrill in a 5th. I feel like that's not even realistic, but Edmonton's willing to do that. I don't think I'm going to be making a trade without your guys' consent, because I don't feel like it's... Actually, we might not go to December 1st. We might go to November 30th. That way I could trade for any RFAs, but this would be a really good trade to make, I think. But I'm not going to do it until you guys say so, because Ethan Bear's an 82, 23-year-old. He's a right-handed defenseman, which is nice. That is actually a pretty solid offer. Because, like, John Merrill's not bad, and then we're also just giving up a 5th-round pick. I think that would be a really good trade to make. And yeah, that would definitely be a good trade to make. We would probably have to pay him a decent amount, but at least that way he'd be able to play on a team, because he's currently an RFA. So, I just don't know if he's still going to be on the block, though, when it comes to that. So, but if he is still on the block, we'll probably pull off this trade. I think if you guys think it's reasonable, I think it's a very good offer, because it's a young defenseman for a guy that's already like 28 or 29. Yeah, 28. So I think that would be definitely a deal I would do. but I want your guys' opinions first. I don't want to just be jumping the gun on trades on my own. Not yet, at least. Like, I will eventually in the later years, but not now. So yeah, hopefully Ethan Bear stays on the block and he doesn't sign. So we gotta take out Nemeth. So yeah, we'll go to November 30th. That way we could actually trade for any RFAs. Well, actually, December 1st, though, is when you have to have them signed by. So maybe a few days before November 30th, like November 28th, which is coming up close. So yeah, let's go up to, just so we could have a chance to sign our RFAs if we trade for Ethan Bear. Let's go to the 27th. That way we could offer him a contract after we trade for him, if we were to trade for him. And then we could like actually have him signed before the deadline. Because if we don't, then we can't play him all year, which will really suck if that's the case. But I think that's a really good offer. It's not really realistic, I don't think, but it is a good offer. And I think you guys would be willing to do it as well, for sure. But I just want your opinions first. Not jumping the gun. But yeah, we are struggling this month, which is good. 9, 12, and 3 now at the 27th of November. And that's all we're going to sim in this episode. This episode might be a shorter episode again. I'm trying to make episodes a bit shorter, so if we do seasons in 3 parts, I think that would be good. That way I can make episodes around like 20 to 25 minutes. So then you guys could actually watch them all instead of ones that are like 30 plus. So let's take a look at who's been doing what for our team so far, and then we'll take a look at the trading blocks so far. Even though the trade deadline won't be in next episode, it will probably be the following episode, just to kind of get you guys a little caught up in what's out there. So Dylan Larkin's got 20 points in 24 games, so he's been really good. Mantha's been not too bad. He's leading the team in goals, but 16 points. Not bad, not great. Bertuzzi 15 as well. Zadina's got 13. Ryan's got 12. That's pretty good for a third liner. He is also on the power play though. Fabry 12 as well. Phil Peel 12. Nemesnikov 11. DeKaiser 7. And so on. Our defense isn't getting a lot of points. Hronik only has 6. But he's a two-way defender, so that's kind of weird. Moritz Seider's only got 4 points as well, and minus 12, so maybe he does go back to the AHL. I don't know. I don't really want to rush his development, but he is he isn't a defensive defenseman. He's a two-way defender. But I think this is good experience, at least for him. John Merrill. Yeah, our defense is not putting up any points hardly. Like, Shalowski has no points in 24 games, and I thought he was a good offensive kind of guy. That's a bit weird. Goalie-wise, Grice 7-6-2 with a 925 and 235. Wow, he's actually seeming like his real self. Like, I mean, the wins and losses are not that great, but that's a really good save percentage in goals against. And then Jonathan Bernier's been really bad. Interesting. How about the AHL? How's some of our players down there doing? Taro Rose's got 16 points. Rasmussen's got 15. Not too bad. Biega's got 15. Jeez. And Svechnikov's getting some points too, which is good. Apparently he actually could pan out, so we'll see if he actually does. Like, Veleno's doing good. Isaac's doing good. Okay. Let's take a quick look at what's going wrong with us for this team. So currently we are second worst in our division, which is rightfully so, just above Ottawa, but Ottawa technically should be better in real life, I think. We're scoring 2.38 goals per game, which is not good, and we're allowing 2.75, which is actually not too bad. So we need to pick it up offensively, it seems like. And our power play has been pretty good. It's been the best in this division. And our penalty kills 89.9, so that's also one of the best in the division. So our special teams have been pretty solid so far. Not too bad. Okay. So we technically just need to work on upping our offense, it seems like, at the moment. Even though our defensive core isn't the greatest. Even though they sim good, but they aren't, like, overall good. Let's take a look at the draft class just to take a look, update, and see if the scouts are doing what they should be doing. So yeah, Otto Urati's a high elite. So, okay, he's not medium elite, but he's a two-way forward. He would definitely be somebody, though, to help out the... Wow, he has a 2-year ETA. Okay, that's a little weird EA, though, because he's projected the number 1 pick, so I don't know why he should, like... He should be technically NHL ready right now. which is kind of weird. Anybody else get fully scouted? Brant Clark. Oh yeah, he's a good offensive defenseman, but he's projected a bit too late for us unless we get multiple first rounders. I think we do actually have the Rangers first round picks, so let's see. Yeah, there's not a lot of the scouts aren't doing a great job right now. Maybe they're doing a decent job. Like, this guy could be a low elite that's supposed to go late. My scout has this guy ranked at 216, but he's supposed to go here, which is kind of weird. Hopefully that scouting bug doesn't screw us up in terms of drafting in this franchise mode. Okay, so let's quickly take a look at the trading block just to see what's out there. If Ethan Bear is still out there, I think we might want to do that trade if the Edmonton Oilers are still willing to. So yeah, let me know down below in the comments for that. In terms of people on the Ducks, I don't see anybody that I would go after. They're all mostly veterans. They're all not bad. Like, Fowler's not bad for... Like, he's usually on the block, but I don't think I want to trade for him. Like, he would be definitely somebody that could help out this defensive core, but he's got a 6-year term. Arizona's got a lot of veterans on the block. I'm looking more for youth guys that could potentially step in, because I don't really feel like trading for an older guy. Zach Senyshyn's not even close to the NHL. Trent Frederick's not that good, at least not right now. Yeah, there's not really a whole lot right now for good prospects, it looks like, and there's a lot of veterans out there. We do need the offensive help, but I don't think we're going to be making the playoffs this year. I guess maybe when I check the trading block in next episode, it will also, like at the end of next episode, it'll make more sense. Jacob Peltier is on the block. That wouldn't be a bad acquisition if we decided to part away with one of our better players for the future, like just a rebuild rate in general. No thank you on Jordan Stahl, Faust, Makiniemi. Don't know who the heck that is. Low fringe starter. Jonathan Toews is on the block. Keith Bufflin's back in Chicago. Okay, that's kind of cool. He signed in Chicago in free agency in this. That actually kind of makes sense, but he shouldn't be an 87, which is ridiculous. So this team literally is looking like their cup-winning team in like 2010. Let's see what else we got here. A lot of young guys here in Colorado. They actually have Bowen Byram on the block, but we don't have anything that trade value. They also have Justin Barron, Connor Timmins, Bocage, and Dickinson. So looks like they are trying to win right now, which makes sense. David Savard's on the block. Cam Atkinson, a lot of veterans. Merzlikins is young, but I don't know what we could give for Merzlikins. Like, it'd be kind of good to make a trade for a younger starter, but I don't know if we could go after Merzlikins. Jason Robertson's on the block. He's almost NHL ready as well. Ethan Bear is still on the block, so my question to you is, do you guys think we make that trade and then we sign Ethan Bear to like a long-term deal? I think that's something I want to do, but I'm not sure. They also have Bouchard on the block. He wouldn't be that bad, but Ethan Bear is more NHL ready, which is a good thing. It's also those guys. I'm just gonna scroll through this more, not talk as much because my voice is gonna end up dying on me by tomorrow, and I'm not gonna be able to actually talk at work or something. So, yeah, a lot of good young guys actually on the block too. A lot of them are still RFAs, but I think we're definitely going to try and go after Ethan Bear. I think that makes a lot of sense. Definitely don't want Jack Johnson, even though he's not making as much as he used to. He's still a tool of a defenseman, so no thank you. There you go. Mark Borowiecki. Seems weird seeing him in Nashville. Subban's on the block. There's actually some decent players out there. Phil Myers, that's also not a bad RFA, but he's only an 81 in comparison to Ethan Bear's 82. Nolan Patrick's on the block, which makes kind of sense as well. Morgan Frost is on the block. That was actually a suggestion by that guy that I mentioned that said that sign Raymond. I can't remember his name right now, but he said to potentially go after Morgan Frost because he's usually relatively cheap. He might be somebody we look into since he is still on the block. He is actually playing pretty solid in the minors. 14 points in 19 games. He's not really NHL ready yet, but he might be somebody we want to look to at the deadline, which will be in 2 episodes. There's also all these guys. Vlasic, no thank you. I don't like that contract. Don't like that contract. Oh my god, San Jose getting rid of all those big contracts. Vlasic, Kane, and Couture. And then they also have Marlowe and Sorensen on the block. Kyrou, Costin. Okay, some decent young guys, some good veterans. It's not a bad trading block. Ilya Mikheyev is still out there too. Travis Dermott hasn't been signed yet, but I think would rather Ethan Bear over Dermott to an extent. Liljegren, Rasanen, and Niemi. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Niemeli. I'll just say. Kosmar, Palmo, Vlasic, Wu, and Yermo. Vegas has Fleury on the block. Lazizian, Peyton Krebs, Mason Primo. I think his name is there. Is it Mason Primo? Yeah, it's Mason Primo. Dylan Coughlin and Copley. Okay, yeah, a lot of young guys down here. Sami Niku with his wondrous hair. Jack Roslovic would be an interesting one because I know he's from Ohio, but he would still be a pretty good pickup, I think. But I don't know if we have anything really to trade for him. If we want some young guys on the team. Cole Perfetti hasn't been signed yet, but he's on the block, which is kind of weird. So yeah, that's what it's out there on the trading block. I think the Ethan Bear deal makes a lot of sense to upgrade from John Merrill. I just don't know what else we want to do this year for trades. We're only at November 27th, so we'll probably trade for Ethan Bear in next episode if you guys think it's doable. Also, maybe trade for a couple other RFAs if you guys think it's doable, and then we'll sign them to some contracts. And then we'll send more up to closer to the deadline, and then deadline would be the following episode, so you guys could give some feedback on who we could actually trade for at the deadline. So let me know what you guys think down below. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.